Coming back, Rebecca, are you planning on refineries, refining projects, conferences? You're going to do that?
I forgot to mention that. We do have an annual refinery summit that is coming up at the end of April. And in addition to that, I still, with Singapore positioning itself even more as a petrochemical hub and a refinery hub, I think that there's potential to do more in Q4 in that area as well.
You mean you're going to do another refinery conference?
Not another refinery, not a specific refinery event.
One big one a year, right?
But one big refinery conference a year, but in addition to that, I think there's potential to do some other downstream refinery-related events.
Right. What about oil trading? Anything to do with anything on oil trading in your calendar at all this year?
Not in mine.
No, not as in the title oil trading, no, but I do have events which part of the portfolio targeted audience are traders, oil or energy traders or oil traders, which is, it will probably be beneficial for them.
Actually, I will add to that as well. Bulk liquid, Asia Bulk Liquid has quite a strong oil trading focus within that program, and that's coming up for the end of June, and that targets oil traders as well.
All this will be held in Singapore?
Yes.
What about regional events? Are you guys going to do anything outside Singapore?
Yes. I mean, actually, we look after Asia. So even for Rebecca, I know she does a lot outside Singapore. I do a number of events outside Singapore. It really
Which countries can you?
Countries for us. I mean, all over Asia. It could be countries from Singapore, Hong Kong.
Energy related ones.
Energy related.
I do a lot of Malaysia, obviously because of the industry and the upstream industry. So.
For me, it would be, yes, mainly because of the finance aspects of it. It's Singapore and Hong Kong are the hubs, but I do events in Vietnam, India, and China.
What about you, Rebecca? Do you do anything in China, India, Japan?
I would like to. I think there's potential to. Yeah, it's not easy, and I guess it needs a little bit more planning than Malaysia or Singapore. So certainly there is potential. We actually have a Shanghai office as well that could run more in the oil and gas sector there as well. There
are several energy exchanges, coming up or have come up in the region. You got something in Shanghai, you got something in India, and of course, with ICE and NYMEX and everybody's starting up all these global activities, even the Middle East. Is there any chance of doing a event specially focused on oil exchanges, energy exchanges, which then will involve bringing finance angle along with your angle and pull it together?
Well, it's we thought about that as well. There is exchanges as not specifically for oil and gas exchanges, but it's just a normal forum for exchanges, Asia exchanges. Well, that's just something we're thinking about when the time is right. Perhaps we can do one like that, but I know there's one or two already have been done in Asia by our competitors.
Right, okay. Now, the Middle East is a big place now. Lots of money, lots of players. Is there any chance of doing something related to Islamic banking or Islamic oil trading or something like even the oil side? I don't know whether some of the oil companies will be very comfortable looking at Islamic related type of instruments, even for the oil companies.
We do actually, just on us. Our Middle East, we have a huge office there, and they run a lot of events in every area, every aspects, and they do have the biggest Islamic finance conference and a lot of oil and gas conferences in the Middle East, in the GCC, and we over here do as well Islamic finance and related to the commodities and oil and gas as well. Yes, we have an event coming. Most of our events coming up now has a bit of touch of the Islamic finance aspects on all of the events
across industry.
Yeah, it's almost unavoidable these days.
It's unavoidable, exactly right.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right. Now back to energy. Coal and uranium. Anything in your calendar for that?
Uranium, no.
That's Australia, I would reckon. Right?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Coal, yes. the way I also run a lot of operational mining events, so I look at coal, but I guess from more the operational side, so a lot of open cut coal and mine haulage and bulk.
What are those terms?
Okay, well, but mine haulage is all the operations on the mine side. So the challenges that these mining operators have, very technical.
Yeah.
We also run a coal outlook conference, which is a little bit more, I think, what
Markets.
you were referring to.
Yeah.
And that's an annual event that's run in January.
Right, okay. And have those been very successful?
Yes.
People actually come to Singapore to attend coal events?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we get a lot from Indonesia.
Right.
But, you know, I think most of our events are fairly international in terms of the delegate base.
Yeah. What about Thailand? Thailand is also pretty convenient. Are you doing anything at all in Thailand? Both of you, energy related?
A little bit, me not personally, but there is a little bit in the alternative energy sector and the biofuel sector that's been run in Thailand, and I would like to do a little bit more in the alternative energy area, so hopefully later in the year I might venture into Thailand.
Yes, we do odd events in Thailand, you know, that's from time to time, but when we do events, my events when I do it in Singapore or Hong Kong, they're very regional, so we do get a lot of participants coming from Thailand and a lot from the overseas as well. Yeah, so. Right,
okay. Well, one last question, and that would be, is this a great year for you? Or are you going to expect the years to get better?
For oil and gas, definitely.
Your best on record?
This year should definitely be the best on record, yes.
Well, I'm always positive, so optimistic. I believe that this is going to be a good year, but at the moment with the current credit crunch and so on, so I'm still, just like everyone else, waiting and see how much impact that will have in Asia and the corporations, because we're obviously tied up with the training department, so no money for them, less training for us. It's
sorry, I think I have one more question to ask, and this is the school.
Sure.
I noticed that IBC Informa now has a school, some kind of school. Is that correct? IBC Informa school.
Yeah. Academy, is that what you mean?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. How is that different from what you are doing?
It's more focusing on training and development. So looking at a lot of soft skill courses, and rather than industry specific, rather than verticals, and a lot of in-house training.
Right. Those are like 3-day, 5-day events, or more than that, 1 week, 2 weeks?
The average would be 2 to 3 days, but there are some that run for 4 to 5.
Okay. And usually taught by one instructor, very experienced professional guy.
Yeah.
Understand. Okay. Right. Sorry.
Which energy event would you describe as your blockbuster event for 2008?
Yeah, you should look out for that one.
Well, my blockbuster event for 2008 is still in the planning stages for quarter 4. But for the one, and I really don't want to disclose that at this point, but I would say based on the annual events that we've got, FPSO, which is coming up at the end of March.
So that's the one we should look out for.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, with that, thank you so much, Fred and Rebecca. It was an interesting interview.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.